Jingzhou, Hubei Province, China. May 20th, 2026. Torrential rains of historic intensity pounded central China's Hubei Province from May 17th through May 19th, 2026, unleashing widespread urban flooding and chaos across Jingzhou and surrounding areas. What meteorologists describe as one of the most extreme rainfall events in recent memory transformed streets into rivers, overwhelmed drainage systems, and brought daily life to a grinding halt in this major Yangtze River city. From Sunday night into Monday, extreme downpours battered Jingzhou with relentless force. In just 48 hours, hundreds of townships across Hubei recorded over 100 millimeters of rain, with some locations seeing peaks approaching 500 millimeters, shattering local records and equating to a massive percentage of average annual precipitation in a matter of days. The deluge turned urban districts into vast expanses of knee-deep and deeper floodwaters. Residents waded through submerged streets, where fish from overflowing rivers and lakes were reportedly seen swimming amid the chaos. Images and videos from the city captured the dramatic scenes. Major roads transformed into fast-flowing torrents, vehicles stalled or partially submerged in murky brown water, and rescue teams navigating flooded neighborhoods in inflatable boats. Low-lying areas and downtown zones suffered the worst, with water levels rising rapidly and inundating homes, shops, and public spaces. Basements and ground floors filled completely, forcing hurried efforts to move belongings and people to higher ground. The scale of disruption was enormous. Authorities in Jingzhou swiftly activated a Level 3 emergency response for flood control. They imposed the 5 stops order across central urban areas, suspending work, production, business operations, transportation, and school classes. Jingzhou Railway Station saw dozens of train services canceled, stranding passengers and halting regional connectivity. Roads became impassable in many districts, with waterlogging turning intersections into hazardous lakes and complicating movement for emergency vehicles. Evacuation and rescue operations unfolded amid the deluge. Emergency teams, including firefighters and local volunteers, worked tirelessly in pouring rain to assist stranded residents. Inflatable boats ferried people from flooded homes to safer locations. Temporary shelters were established as thousands faced displacement from waterlogged neighborhoods. Power outages and communication disruptions added to the hardship in some districts, while saturated soils raised concerns over potential secondary risks, like further water accumulation. Jingzhou's location along the Yangtze River and its network of waterways made it particularly vulnerable. Heavy upstream rains caused rivers and drainage systems to swell rapidly, overwhelming urban infrastructure despite ongoing flood prevention measures. The flat terrain and dense urban development in parts of the city accelerated water accumulation, turning moderate rain into a major inundation crisis. This flooding in Jingzhou is part of a larger weather system that brought extreme rainfall across central and southern China in mid-May 2026. Neighboring cities in Hubei, including Yichang, Jingmen, and Enqi, also reported severe urban waterlogging and transport disruptions. The broader pattern saw schools, businesses, and public services suspended across affected regions as authorities focused on protecting lives and minimizing damage. The economic and social impact is profound. Markets and shops in flooded zones saw goods destroyed by rising waters. Agricultural lands around the city faced inundation, threatening crops and local livelihoods. Transportation networks, vital for this regional hub, suffered major interruptions, with ripple effects on supply chains and commerce. Families were uprooted from routines, many spending nights in crowded shelters or with relatives while awaiting the recession of floodwaters. As of May 20th, recovery efforts continue at full intensity. Teams are pumping out water from key areas, clearing debris from streets, and assessing damage to buildings and infrastructure. Engineers are inspecting critical facilities, while supply distribution focuses on providing essentials to affected residents. Meteorological forecasts indicate that while the heaviest rains may ease, risks of renewed waterlogging and elevated river levels persist in the coming days, keeping emergency services on high alert. This event highlights the immense challenges posed by extreme weather in Hubei's riverine regions. Decades of urbanization and flood management projects have strengthened resilience. Yet events of this magnitude demonstrate how powerful concentrated rainfall can still overwhelm systems. Long-term recovery will require evaluating and reinforcing drainage infrastructure, improving early warning capabilities, and enhancing urban planning to better handle future intense precipitation. Authorities continue to urge residents to avoid flooded areas, heed official alerts, and prepare for potential further disruptions. What started as record rainfall on May 17th to 18th escalated into a full-scale flooding crisis for Jingzhou. The sight of submerged streets, halted transport, and communities battling rising waters underscores nature's overwhelming force in this vital central Chinese region. Emergency response teams stay mobilized as water levels are monitored closely and restoration work progresses across the city.